What's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this great looking survival starter house. You may have already seen this house already, as we built it in the 5 building tips to make you a better building video, in which we progressively turned this house into this house that you can see on the screen in front of you. However, for those of you that wanted a more straightforward, simple tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make everything that you've seen on the screen in front of you. Plus, I'll also show you how to make the inside of the house as well. As you can see, there has been a fair amount of work put into it. So hopefully you guys like this one. If you do, please do give this video a like and a share. Also, comment down below if you want to see more houses like this one, or whatever it is you want to see on the channel in the future. Also, if you do make the house, follow me on Twitter at TSMC360, show me pictures of it. Oh, and by the way, if you do want to learn how to make houses like this all by yourself without any tutorials, check out the cards and the description below for my 5 building tips to make you a better builder. Because it'll show you every single step that I took from making a really awful house into this great looking one right here, and you can use that same video on just about every single builder that you could think of. But that is way more than enough talking. Why don't we begin what is probably going to be quite a long tutorial. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some oak wood, some cobblestone, some oak planks, some cobblestone stairs, some cobblestone slabs, some oak wood stairs, some oak wood slabs, some spruce wood stairs, and some white stained glass pane. Plus, we need every single other one of those materials that you see in the inventory right now. Also, bad news, we will need a lot more materials, because this doesn't include everything we'll use for the outside and the inside as well. So just grab everything you see there. We'll have to get loads of new materials later on, but once you have each one of those, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll begin mine right here. You want to begin the build with a row of 3 oak wood coming directly up from the ground. That's 1, 2, and 3. Then take that third oak wood and extend it to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect it down to the ground. Then, take each one of the back 2 corners of the little shape that you've made. So, you want to take that 3rd block and that 5th block, and you want to extend them backwards each by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect them together, back block to back block. And also connect them down to the ground to form a nice little square shape. You then want to take these 2 spruce woods that are looking at us that we just connected together and the ground, and we want to extend them backwards each by a further 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we also want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect them together, connect them down to the ground, and there we have successfully doubled the length of the house. But we also want to take the back right hand side of the house. We want to take these 2 blocks that are connected to the ground, and we want to extend them over across the right hand side of the house each by 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we also want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect them down to the ground and also connect them together as well to give you a nice L shape, or whatever shape it is, depends on how you look at it. Come to the opposite side of the house now, beginning from the back corner of the house. So what we want to do, we want to count in and find the 3rd block coming towards the front of the house. This is the 1st block, 2nd, 3rd. Take that 3rd block, extend it outwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right outside the house. Connect that block down to the ground, but also go right of this and extend it towards the front of the house by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect it down to the ground, also connect it to the house itself. So you want to have a shape which should look, when you look at it from up above, a little bit like this. And that is perfect. That's exactly what we're after. So once you have this shape, the next thing we have to do is figure out where the roofs are going to be. We have 4 aspects to think about with these roofs. The first roof is right on the front. We want to begin 1 block in from the row of 3 that we began the house with. So we want to begin coming to the right and on top of this block. We want to place an oak wood, an upright diagonal from that oak wood, right by 1, bottom right diagonal. So we form an A shape. We want the same shape on the very back of the house, so on the 2nd block in from either side, and connect them together above diagonally. We also want the same on the very left-hand side of the house, so we want to take the same strategy and we want to apply it to the left-hand side of the house to form 3 A shapes. However, there is a 4th aspect to this roof, which is the very right-hand roof, this one right here, and this is going to be a flat roof, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Next thing we're going to do we're going to take our cobblestone and we're going to run a row of cobblestone that traces along all the way around the inside bottom of the house. It's quite easy to see what I'm talking about. So, sat inside the wooden framework of the house, we want to take out our cobblestone, like I said, and by the way, it might be a bit easier for you if you knock out this support on the left-hand side, the middle part of the house. Knock out that support and you'll be able to do this a lot more efficiently and it won't get in the way. And you want to snake around a row of cobblestone that goes all the way around the base of the house, like that. We then want to add oak wood planks onto this, and we are going to be editing this later on because we're not going to be building in all of the windows just yet. We'll do that in a moment. So we just want to get like the frame of the house sorted out first, and then we'll start worrying about details and stuff like that. So we're just going to add the oak wood planks going all the way around the base of the house here on top of the cobblestone, and these are going to form our walls. So we want to have something which should look a little bit like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the inside of the roofs with glass pane. So just fill in the inside of the roofs with glass pane like that. That's great. Okay, next thing we're going to do is the roofs, because I want to do the roofs before we add any more details to this house. The roofs are quite easy. So we'll take care of the big roofs first. We want to have the edge of the roof begin in line with the oak wood frame of the house, and the edge of the frame is going to look a little something like this, and it's going to begin, as I said, with cobblestone stairs. The roof, as a note, also wants to overhang the side of the house by one row, so every single block will overhang by one, except in a moment I'll explain what blocks you want to use. So just to show you, this is how the roof will kind of pan out. Can you see that that's the first row with the cobblestone stairs directly next to the framework, and then we will work up the rest of our roof. So sat aside the framework, we want to have oak wood stairs. These will come up as far as the actual sides of the oak wood themselves, and they will not come any further. So you want to leave the oak wood just in line with the oak wood itself. So the oak wood planks, the oak wood stairs, they want to remain in line with the oak wood that you have for the frame of the roof. However, what we're then going to do, once you've got that taken care of, you can see that we have kind of like a T shape, right? We want the oak wood stairs to overhang the roof by one row. This adds a lot of shape to the roof. It makes the roof look a little bit nicer. It also makes the roof two-tone, so we use two materials instead of one. I explain all of this in the five tips to make a better builder video, and it just looks better at the end of the day. We also want to have at the top of the roof two opposing rows of cobblestone stairs. So you can begin by doing the long straight section at the top of the roof, the part that goes front to back, as you can see here. But I would then do the side part. So the side part also wants to have an aspect of the roof going from left to right, and you will also have to alter these stairs so that they fit in nicely to the opposite end of the roof. So now you'll have a roof and it overhangs by one row, but that's not good enough, because what we now want to do is add upside down oak wood stairs underneath that, because once again, one colour is typically better than two. It adds a nice little bit of contrast. It looks a little bit better. In my opinion, you can just as easily use cobblestone. No one's stopping you. So just fill it in with whatever you like. I would use an upside down stair block though, because, well, I mean, it just looks better. It really does. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take care of the flat roof. So the flat roof's quite convenient. We're going to begin with cobblestone slabs. They're going to be used to extend that back cobblestone stair around the outside of the roof, and it will connect with the front cobblestone stair, like that, right? Then, half a row higher, or a full row higher I suppose, we want another layer of cobblestone slabs that hovers around the top outside shape of the roof to give us this effect. You guys can see what we have. It looks great. If you like, you can also fill in the top of this roof, although I would leave it because we can sort that out later. Okay, those are the roofs done. kind of. Those are the actual roofs done. Oh! No, never mind. We are missing something, however. So, on the top of this house, we're missing a component. We're missing a chimney. So, this doesn't lead down into a fireplace or anything crazy like that, but we do have a chimney. It's made out of stone brick slabs and web. The chimney is focused right here. So you see those 4 middle stairs that I've just deleted, where each one of the 3 roofs, the 3 aspects of the roof, connect together. We delete those blocks. We then want to place a stone slab, let's say in this position right here. We then want to, in a circular shape, build up a chimney that uses half slabs, in which each part of the circle, the chimney is half a row higher than the previous. So if you imagine it like a circle, like each aspect of the chimney is half a row higher than the previous. So you just want to have something that should look like this, and that can get higher and higher and higher, or it can be lower, or it can be non-existent. It's up to you. You might also, now this isn't mandatory, you might also want to place like a stone brick stair on top of there instead of a stone brick slab to have a bit more of a shape to it. I personally prefer the slab. I'm now going to place some web, kind of like hovering above our little build here, coming out of the chimney, despite the fact there isn't a fireplace and there is no logical reason for there to be any smoke coming out of the chimney. I've added it nonetheless in that sort of fashion. I think it looks alright. Now that that's taken care of, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add some details to the outside of this house. This is an important aspect that will make the house look quite a bit better. So first of all, let's take care of windows, shall we? Well, that's the second thing we'll do. Right at the start of this house, where the entrance is, we're going to knock out the 4 center blocks for the entrance. We're going to place doors inside the entrance like that. Alternatively, another idea is to place the doors backwards, in which then you have created another different level of depth for the house. Might be something you're into, might not be, up to you. Speaking of the entrance, whilst we're here, we may as well do it. Place an upside down spruce wood stairs left and right in front of the cobblestone. We'll also need flower pots and poppies because we're going to place those on top of those stairs. It'll make the place look delightful. Also, something else whilst we're here. Can you see here where we have these 2 oak wood below the windows? Destroy them. Place upside down oak wood stairs in them instead. It looks better. Also, grab yourself some buttons. Place buttons left and right of those stairs because why not? It adds a slight little bit of light, looks a bit nicer, and it serves no real function. My favourite things ever. Now that the front's done, we want to apply a similar level of progress to everywhere else. So I'll give you for instance. Just left here, where we have like this little side part of the wall, right? We have 2 walls. Right in the center of this wall, I'm going to knock out those two blocks, and I'm going to place white stained glass pane for a window. I'm also going to have a window here on the front. I never want the glass to touch where the oak wood would touch. So basically, place the windows in the center of the wall, never have them touch like opposing wall windows, and always make sure that there's some oak wood in between. Apply that same logic to the left-hand side of the house here. Also, the back of the house, you may want to have a window here, and none there because we won't be able to place one. Also, on the back, where we have this part here, and also this part here, you should also find that you should be able to do the same thing to the very right side of the house. There's a lot of light coming in from loads of different ways, and also here on the front, and also here on the very right hand side. Like I said, a lot of light, a lot of windows. I like white stained glass pane, personally, but you use whatever you want, it's completely up to you, of course. Now that you've got that taken care of, this is what we're going to do next. So, like I said, details. We're going to need some. I'm going to use wooden trapdoors for this, and I don't think we'll need anything else that we don't currently have. I don't think. Okay, so in each one of the... We will need something else. We kind of need like a spruce wood plank or something. Okay, so right here in the front left-hand corner, we're going to place a spruce wood plank right in the center. We're going to place... I just got rid of the block. We're going to place a flower on top of that, a flower pot and a poppy. We're then going to have an upside down... No, I'll tell you what we'll have. We'll have, instead of that, we'll have an oak wood slab in the center. We'll also have a spruce wood stair here coming in from the front. An upside down spruce wood stair. We'll also have the same thing coming in from the left hand side. We'll have an upside down spruce wood stair coming in here from the oak wood slab, and we'll have another spruce wood stair here. Yeah, we'll have it like that, because why not? Or alternatively, we can have an oak wood slab here on the right instead, and an oak wood slab here, so that it looks a little bit nicer. We also want to have the flower pot like this, and wherever possible around the windows, we're going to place wooden trapdoors. I realise that might be a bit confusing, but in my own head, I was kind of like, what do we want to do here? And I've just figured it out. So there we go. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? An alternate idea is to just simply have something that looks like this, but I quite like having the extra spruce wood stair around. Okay, moving on to this side of the house, it's a similar sort of deal. So underneath this top window, I want to have upside down oak wood stairs instead of regular oak wood. It just looks a bit better. I also want buttons left and right of that. And down at the bottom here, I want upside down spruce wood stairs on the very ends in front of the framework with oak wood slabs connecting them with some wooden trapdoors in the form of shutters just above. By the way, those get opened by the buttons. I don't know what they don't really serve a proper function, but I still like them. The buttons aren't to open the windows, it's just for aesthetic purposes. On the back, it's a similar sort of deal. So on the back, what we're actually going to do is we're going to have an upside down spruce wood stairs right here on each end, oak wood slabs in between. Then we're going to have the shutters on the one and only window in this particular part, and then we're going to have just like a flower pot on the floor, because why not? I love flowers. Then on the back, we're also going to do a similar deal. So underneath the glass here, we're going to have upside down oak wood stairs with a button either side. Then we're going to have upside down oak wood stairs at the back, inside the framework at the bottom. Then we're going to have, once again, shutters. If you don't want shutters, I think shutters look really good. Flowers also work. Loads and loads of flowers always look good, never hurt anybody, except for those people that are allergic to them, in which case, I mean, you probably don't want flowers because, I mean, they're a little bit damaging, but you know, they're virtual, you don't have to worry about them. So that's the back. The sides are going to look the exact same way, so, well, this side at least. The opposite side's obviously a little trickier, but it's the same sort of deal every time. We're placing the upside down stairs connected together with oak wood slabs, and we're going to have wooden shutters on the windows, like this. Very easy. Nothing too taxing about this. It just looks good, and this can be applied to loads and loads of wooden builds especially. And there you go, you've added a load of detail to the house now. As a matter of fact, that is most of the actual house itself, the part that you can actually live in, complete. Yeah, that's pretty much most of it. Okay, so something you might want to do before things get a little bit crazy is you might want to grab some dark oak wood planks, if I can ever find the stupid things. You may want to go all the way around the base of the house, and wherever you see a block exposed, say underneath the upside down stairs or underneath the slabs, for instance, you might just want to knock those out, replace them with like dark oak wood planks, or another block, maybe some light. Light's not a bad idea, or, you know, something. I would recommend putting something in there, because otherwise you've just got kind of like grass. I'm not a fan of that personally. Oh, we're going to destroy this flower. Can I have it back? Would you like to go? There we go. Let me put you back. There we go. I hope I don't accidentally destroy you again. That'd be really, really frustrating. But there we go. Just place it any way you can see it. I think that it looks a bit nicer. It also adds another colour in there, and plus it adds a bit of a border around the house, which I kind of like. Once again, not really mandatory. Mandatory. That's not even a word. Not really mandatory, but it's something that you can do if you like, that may, for you, improve the house. So we're just going to throw a dark oak wood plank there. Actually, I don't want that there. I really do want grass there, because nothing goes here later on. But there we go. We've kind of added a border around the house. You might want to do a similar thing just at the entrance here. Just underneath the upside down stairs, but I wouldn't do anything in between, unless anything includes adding a little bit of cobblestone slab. You've just saw that this house is actually built on kind of like a cave, which is unfortunate. It makes doing stuff a little bit difficult, but still. Okay, so that is the entire outside of the house, then minus the garden and stuff, but we'll be coming back to that later, because now that that part is done, we're going to move inside of the house. We're going to get this taken care of. So the inside of the house is quite important, just because it adds a little something here. So inside the house, I'm going to destroy these spruce woods. These beams that we used to build the house, I'm getting rid of them, because I don't want them. Except this one. I might keep this one, actually, because why not? Okay. First of all, I'm going to add some cobblestone stairs going all the way around the sides, like on top of this. This is going to add another block to the inside. It's kind of going to look nice because we already have a little bit of cobblestone included in here. And like I said, it just makes it look a little bit nicer, like this. It's kind of like put a lid on everything. That looks pretty good, if you ask me. In these walls, in this wall, in this wall, I want to have some light. So I like a lot glowstone. But I don't like to see the full block of glowstone. I like to cover it up with things like wooden trapdoors. You might be the same way. You might like that sort of stuff. On the inside of this house, something else that I would highly recommend doing is adding a little bit of depth. So I'm going to destroy the floor of this house and I'm going to replace it with oak wood. But it's not all going to be oak wood. Well, I mean, most of it is. It is all going to be oak wood, but some of it is going to be made out of slabs because we are going to kind of like make this house like a little bit of a different level. We're going to add just a little bit of depth to the inside. So I'm just making the entire floor here like wood. I'm making it oak wood slabs at the moment. But let's say we want to take like from here, coming all the way back to, let's say, here, we want to take this and we want to bring it down half a level. So we've added a bit of depth in the house. We now have a little bit of a step down. It looks good. Plus, it also gives us the opportunity to do stuff like this. We can destroy these dirt blocks that you can see we have. We can destroy these. And we can place like upside down cobblestone stairs in them. And it just looks kind of nice. Like, it's nice to have something different. And if you take out the wall like me, you might want to just put it back the way you found it. It's nice to have something different. In this corner here, I'm going to destroy this block. I'm going to place a proper cobblestone. And I'm going to put a flower there. Because, like I keep saying, I like flowers. I'm also going to put a chest next to it. Because we do want this house to be somewhat functional. Like that. So, wherever you can, if you find you have a lot of space, just add stuff in there. And wherever you see that you might have some, I don't know, like some cobblestone or some like exposed part of the wall, fill it in with something a bit more interesting than just like a normal block. You may also find that you want to like destroy like part of a wall just because you can, and you might want to, let's say, we'll take that corner block for instance, and you might want to introduce a completely new block that you've not used yet, and honestly, it makes the house look a little bit more interesting. So we've destroyed this corner. We've put some spruce wood fence in there, and it looks just a little bit nicer. So that's the floor of the house, mainly. We also have to worry about this part of the house. So this part of the house here on the right is where we would get onto the roof. So I'm going to put ladders here. The ladders belong here, or at least they do to me. I'm going to make the roof, I think, out of cobblestone. So I'm going to just fill in this part of the house with cobblestone. And I don't want to put anything up on the roof. I just don't want to, because I like the depth that the roof has. I don't want to ruin it by adding a flower pot or anything like that on the sides of the roof. I mean, you can, but I want to keep this nice and open. You can have some hidden chest up here if you like, but I like it quite how it is. If we come down here, just make things a bit more interesting by, like I said, like add some spruce wood fence next to this ladder because you can, because why not? Also, I'm going to, in this part of the house, I do want it to be kind of like kind of useful. So a crafting table and a furnace wouldn't go amiss here. And if you wanted to, you could also, underneath these, you could put like chests. If you were so bothered, you could put a couple of chests, or a double chest, whatever. And you could have like oak wood stairs like this, and that way, I mean, it's a bit dark, but you don't have access to that chest. That's really unfortunate. You know, I thought you would have. Well, you could always do it the opposite way around. You could always have like a crafting table and a furnace. You'd still be able to access them, and you can have the chests on top. Plus, it has the benefit if you'd actually be able to see them. Plus, you can also destroy the walls left and right where you have the dirt, and you can just make it look a bit more deep and dark. And you could hide like an ender chest in here if you wanted to be really, really crafty. An ender chest here, I think, would be a cool idea. So, can we access that? I thought we'd be able to access that. Oh, well, never mind, it doesn't matter. But there you go, kind of like a more functional part of the house. Speaking of functional, this little left-hand bit, I bet you're wondering what we were going to do with it. Well, we're going to put a bed in here. So, I'm going to just take like a normal bed. I want it to lay sideways here. And I'm just going to build up a construct around it. So, maybe like an oak wood stairs here. And upside down oak wood stairs on top of it. Or you know what? I'll do it here. I'll do a bed here. There we go. And then an upside down oak wood stairs here with a regular one upside down, or regular one there. And then oak wood slabs to connect it to the wall. Also, again, kind of like being crafty, you could keep chests back here, so not everybody might see that, but you would still be able to reach your chest and you could keep some better materials in there that you might not want anybody to get a hold of. So that's, for the most part, like the inside of the house, but we are missing something. Have you guys thought about what it might be? The roof. So the roof in here is a little bit boring, to say the least. So some things that you can add to the roof, like why not use some like spruce wood stairs? Add some like upside down spruce wood stairs to the roof. They can be in any way, shape, or form you like. I'm kind of just like I'm kind of just like freestyling at the moment. I'll do something else to it in a moment. So here we have some like upside down spruce wood. I'll also do the same here on this side. I'll also have some like upside down spruce wood on this side. It's just a bit better, and it's just a bit of nicer shape to look at than the alternate, which is just the cobblestone. So there we go. So there we have something a bit more interesting already. If you wanted to add a light feature up top here, this is a good place to do it. So you may find that you want to add like a glowstone here, or maybe like a hanging glowstone if it doesn't get in the way. Maybe like using an oak wood fence, maybe like a hanging glowstone here or something. Or maybe you find that that's a bit intrusive, so maybe from here, something like that. You may or may not like that. I actually don't like it. But what you can do is something a bit more interesting here. So maybe some like opposite facing like cobblestone stairs, or some like stone stairs, like opposite facing as opposed to like all of the other stairs. And I don't know, it kind of looks a little bit more interesting like that. Whether it looks better or worse in your opinion, that's kind of up to you, but I quite like that. Plus, if you want some more hidden places to kind of like put torches and things of that nature, like up here isn't a bad idea. Like anywhere that you have that exposed oak wood, because what you could do is you could like then do a layer of upside down stairs and stuff like above here, and you could have everything connect together. And I'm just going to have this part connect together, just because I think that looks kind of nice. You could connect everything together. You could completely fill the roof, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it when things get too cluttered. Whether that's just me or what, I don't know. But I don't like it. I quite like it when when you've just got enough room to breathe in a house, if that makes sense. So there you go. We've done the inside. That's how we kind of like arrived at that. Now we're just going to throw the doors back on the house. I think we still have them. We do. We still have some nice wooden doors here, like that. And there we go. That's the inside of the house, and that is the house itself complete. But of course, that's not everything, because now what we have to do is we have to make some of the features present around the house. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build in the garden a pool. We're going to begin with a pool. I don't know if we actually have any of the stuff we need. I don't think we do. So this pool is going to be made of stone slabs, a bit of sea lantern. We like a nice sea lantern around here. Some dark oak wood stairs. And in this corner here, right in the front right hand corner of the house, because it fits the shape of the house nicely, we're going to place a nice corner shape, an L shape of stone slabs, like this. I'm then going to dig out the area around this, or the area inside this, and I'm going to place dark oak wood stairs, kind of like in this formation, kind of like in a ring, like that. Then I'm going to dig down in the ground, and I'm going to fill the bottom of this pool in with stone slabs. Or quartz might work. Quartz might also look nice. But I'm going to fill in the half slab shape. Can you see how there's like half a slab surrounding it? I'm going to fill that in with sea lanterns, because it's going to light up the pool, and it's going to look quite nice and fancy. Quartz is also good for this, because, I mean, we've not used it yet, which is always positive. I need the slabs. Quartz is always a positive like that. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some flower pots and some poppies, and I'll place like a flower pot here, maybe even here, maybe even here. Because I like them, as I keep saying. And now I'm just going to grab a bit of water. We can fill this in with water now. There we go. Now we have a nice little jacuzzi pool, whatever it is, to kind of like mess about with. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to make a flower bed. I know, always on with these flowers. I'm going to use oak wood fence for this, poppies. Coarse dirt is good for this. So I'm going to make my way to the opposite side of the house, and I'm realizing here that we don't have much space to do this. I'm going to use a little bit of grass block just to kind of smooth this area off a little bit, because I mean, I don't know what sort of terrain you guys are building in, but as you can see, there's a little bit of a cave right here that I'm just going to seal up very quickly, because I don't really want a cave next to my house. But there we go. Okay, so on the left-hand side of the house, I'm going to make a flower bed, and I want this flower bed to be 2 rows long, and I want it to sit in the side of the house. Plus, I want coarse dirt for the base of the bed. The reason that I want the coarse dirt is because it is different to grass. That's the only reason. I want the coarse dirt because it is a different color to grass. That's it. Perfect. And that's a nice little flower bed. You can add those anywhere around the house you want, basically. It's completely up to you. Right in this back corner here, and I think I need a bit of land again. I think I need to extend this over a bit. I think I built this house a little further over to the left than I should have. I built it, I should have moved it over a bit to the right, but what can you do? Okay, so something that I'm going to add here, right at the back of the house, is going to be a pond. Ponds are great. They take up a lot of room, they look good, and is there any other reason? Do you need any more? I don't think so. Okay, so this pond is right in the back corner of the house. We're going to use some cobblestone slabs to kind of just like work out what shape we want this pond to be. Whether it's a boring shape like that, which we're now going to just spruce up a little bit, or whether it's a bit more interesting shape like this. I'm going to destroy most of the inside of the grass. I'm going to place water everywhere else, like I've just left 2 grass alone. I'm going to place a sugar cane on each one of those, and one of the sugar canes is higher than the other, because I think that looks good. Also, flowers, grass, anything you want to add in there, maybe a little bit of lily paddage, up to you. Alright, next thing we're going to do, which isn't too taxing, is we are going to add a bit of a walking area around this house. We'll need jungle leaves for this. We'll also need like mossy and regular stone bricks we'll need. And we don't need too much else. Flowers are always good as well. So on the back right hand corner of this house, I didn't know what to add. So I added a little bit of a walking area. So kind of like a hedge that you'd like see in like a maze or something. I added one of those. It works quite well. So I'd start off with like a shape for the inside here. So this is kind of like an M or a W. It reminds me of Wario's mustache, and it fits nicely to the corner shape of the house. Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a block's gap, and I'm going to dig inside of this, and I'm going to kind of like figure out where the path would lay inside of the hedge that I've just placed. And then leaving a row the other side, I kind of want to do a similar thing here with the hedge now, and that'll allow us to see like how we can turn it into a bend so we can like walk around the house. And then it's just a simple case of like placing bricks and mossy bricks and that sort of stuff. And we can just place this inside here. And then I'm going to place some poppies, walking all the way around, or maybe not even all the way around. I didn't do this in the original. What I did was I just used poppies very sparingly. I kind of used them on the corners, but it doesn't really matter how you place them. And if you do find that you've placed a little too many, an alternative to this is just using a little bit of tall grass to kind of like hide a little bit like that. Because why not? Now, we've done most of the, if you want, landmarks around the house. There is just one that we have left. So something that's good to add to houses that isn't that hard to do, but looks cool, is gazebos. So for the gardens, it's good to add this, like, and we'll need this. We'll need like spruce wood planks, oak wood planks, oak wood stairs, spruce wood slabs, oak wood slabs, plus we need like the same in the fence, so oak wood and spruce wood fence, plus we might need a little bit of sea lanterns and maybe even more stuff. Okay, so a gazebo is basically an outdoor wooden structure that one would typically sit in. It doesn't even have to be wooden, it's just something outside that you'd sit in. It's usually quite circular, it usually has chairs, and it's usually like nice and open so you can look out onto your garden. So right back here, I'm going to place an oak wood stairs in this position, right here. So it overlooks the pond a little bit, maybe even a bit closer to the house there. I'm going to place a spruce wood plank either side of it. I'm then going to do from each spruce wood plank an outward diagonal with those planks. then an oak wood stairs either side of those, then a spruce wood plank either side of that, then moving in diagonally a spruce wood plank with an oak wood plank with an oak wood stairs in between them. I'm filling in the centre with oak wood planks. Then I'm going to take each one of the 4 corners here in between the planks, and I'm going to do a row of 1, 2, 3 oak wood fence, and 1, 2, 3 oak wood fence, 1, 2, 3 oak wood fence, 1, 2, and 3 oak wood fence. I'm then going to do a row of spruce wood stairs that kind of goes all the way around on top of each one of the 4 oak wood fence. And this is going to begin the roof of the gazebo. Plus we might also edit the roof a little bit later on as well. I'm then going to place oak wood slabs in each one of the 4 corners of the gazebo, except of course the slabs are going to be poking upwards to make them more interesting. I'm going to place oak wood stairs here in between each one of the oak wood slabs, like this, to, once again, it's just a bit more interesting. I'll place a sea lantern right on the top with an oak wood slab right on top of that, so we'll have something which should look like that, right? If you like, you can destroy the 4 corners of the gazebo and you can replace them with spruce wood slabs. This might look a little bit better to you, or it might not. Kind of up to you. I'm going to place a chair in the gazebo. It's going to be a spruce wood stair. I also want that chair to have arms, so something that, I mean, you can use, there's a variety of ways to do this. You might want to use like, where are we? Where are those things? You might want to use like wooden trapdoors, because they look good, like on the side of a chair, if I can actually access the chair, because they look quite good. Or you might want to use signs or something like that. I'm going to, on top of each one of these spruce wood planks, place a spruce wood fence to kind of like seal in the gazebo. And there you go. That's all you need to do. Looks great, easy garden decoration, nothing too hard. Right guys, that is the outside of the house complete. Well, kind of, because there's more stuff that we can do from here. So, now that we have everything, that's perfectly fine, but it does look a little bit boring, like nothing's connected together. We need to connect stuff together. So basically, I'm going to use some cobblestone, maybe even a bit of grass path, although I don't think I like it for this build. Some coarse dirt will work nicely. Some spruce saplings, maybe a bit of bone meal, always good. And I don't think we need too much else. Okay, so outside the door, for instance, I want to place like a rough cobblestone path. So coming out in front of the door. Kind of like this. That looks quite nice. But I might find that I want a path, a rough path, kind of like leading us around everywhere. So I kind of want to make a little bit of a grass path. Maybe grass path or maybe coarse dirt's better. Coarse dirt's a bit better because it's a bit lighter. I'm going to... Grass path looks good when there's more grass path. Like it, the more of it you use, the more it looks better, I think. So I'm using a bit of coarse dirt to kind of lure people to the left-hand side of the house. Then I'm going to use a little bit more cobblestone because we have like more of a landmark on this side. Like there's something more worth looking at on this side of the house. It's not just like the corner, if that makes sense. I'm sure that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So basically, when you're walking around, like as you start to get closer to stuff that's worth looking at, you'll see that we have a bit of cobblestone. And around the pond, because I don't think that there'd be that much stone around this pond, just because I say so, there's no other real reason. I'm going to place some dotted coarse dirt around it. In an ideal world, there would actually be more grass surrounding this. Like, I wouldn't have to add my own grass, but I mean, hey, here we are. And that'd look a little bit nicer like that. Around the gazebo, you may find you want to add some more, but I'm not going to do anything to the gazebo. I quite like it how it is. I'm going to add a little bit of a coarse dirt path going to and fro this entrance back here to the little walkway. A little bit of coarse dirt coming to and fro. There we go. And I'm also going to add a little bit of a cobblestone path like around the pool area here. And once that we've added a path, another thing you can do to a garden to make it look quite nice, other than adding like random path and stuff, bone meal is good. So bone meal, just about everywhere, can look good. You don't want to use too much of it. Like, you might not want to place some here, although I am. But bone meal, like, used sparingly is quite good. You don't have to go crazy with it. You don't have to go absolutely insane. But bone meal, I think, gives a very natural look to wooden houses, especially. So, now you see that we have the paths, and we have all the stuff in the garden. We have the house. There's just one thing left. Trees. I like trees a lot. Minecraft trees I like also. So I'm going to place a tree right of the pool, right here. I'm going to place one in this back right corner. I'll also place one next to this gazebo, and that'll be it. I don't think I'll place any more. I'm going to grow these trees with bone meal. Now, I would prefer that these trees aren't incredibly huge, but I'm willing to just take whatever Minecraft gives me. So, I want to have... wow, that is a big tree. Whoa. Okay, so that's fine. That's... Wow, that's massive. That's a big tree, but we do have a nice small tree next to the pool. Minecraft trees are fine. Edit them if you like. I like them just how they are, but you can edit them if you like. I actually do it a little bit in my 5 building tips video. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the entire wooden house complete. Let me show you the inside and the outside once again. I'll show you the inside first. Let me show you the inside, and then we'll say goodbye. So this is the inside. You might remember, just add a bit of depth to it. Add some nice colour. Add some things you might not expect along the way. Cover up large gaps with some blocks that don't need to make sense. Add some chests where you can. Add some hidden secrets if you have a furnace and a crafting table, maybe even an ender chest. By the way, I wish I could access that. Where is it? Is it? Oh well. On the roof, you might want to add something here, you might not, completely up to you. Remember to add a chimney. Chimneys always look good. And that's the inside of the house, and I can show you the outside of the house once again whilst I say my goodbyes. So, this is my survival starter house. I don't know what I'm going to call this thing. This is like a nice survival starter wooden house. I love this thing. I hope you guys do too. If you do, please give this video a like or a share, or both. I'd really, really appreciate that. You've got no idea. Also, comment down below, would you like to see more houses like this in the future that are built kind of like, I don't know, that are built really comprehensively, and I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, would you like to see more houses like this in the future, or what else would you like to see? Comment down below, let me know what else you'd like to see. Follow me on Twitter, @TSMC. 360. So if you make this house or any other house or anything by me or anything by yourself, show me pictures of it on Twitter, because those are really, really great tweets. I love seeing stuff that you guys build. I love seeing what you guys get up to on Minecraft. It's great. I love to see, especially when you're building some really awesome things that I have nothing to do with. I love that as well. Check out the cards and the description below, because not only do I make stuff like this, but I'm currently working on a survival village, and this thing is pretty new. I took a lot of my old builds, and you might be able to see, like, some of these really old. Like, this is the first survival house that I ever made. Compare that to what I've just made, and, like, this is, like, I think my 3rd or 4th survival house that I ever made. And, I mean, you can kind of see, like, they use similar themes, but some of them are better than others. And I'm working on a small village, like that's a potion hut, that's a blacksmith, that's a mining hut, that's a well, that's a really small house, that's a starter tree house, that's a hill house. You guys get the idea, that's a fishing hut. I'm working on a survival village, so once again, suggest stuff that you might think that would look good in this little survival village that I'm working on. But I don't only just make survival villages. I also make much more modern builds. Down there you can see a chip shop, a pet shop, Wendy's, that's a fast food restaurant. We also have a church, a graveyard, a train station, we have Domino's Pizza, townhouses, barbershops, we have cafes, a supermarket, we have an entire park. Yeah, we do loads of stuff around here. We don't just build one thing. So whatever it may be, suggest it, and maybe I'll even build it. By the way, over there's the beginnings of a theme park. So just, we build everything. Subscribe if you haven't already for all of this craziness. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.